one. I don't think there's been a practice go by that that we haven't seen some highlights from him. He's still learning the position as far as schematics and some techniques. Terry's done a nice job with him, but he's got a really good skill set, very mature, very confident, and great instincts.
Tyler Donahue next.
That's the biggest concern this spring is making sure that.
Hi, Brent. Good afternoon. Wanted to talk about those linebackers of yours, Curtis and Brent, both in those new roles. How have you seen them progress at those positions through your first 12 practices?
Yeah, I'm excited about the transition. I think Curtis brings some things to the Sam position that we didn't have. Athletically, very fluid, good space player. He was a wide receiver at times in high school. He's got great ball skills. Then Brandon, putting him in the boundary at Micah's spot. He's very long and physical. I just think those two guys are really owning those spots, and I think we're improved in both areas.
Let's go to Will Pegler.
Hey, Brent, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So James mentioned Johnny Dixon as a guy who's added a lot of depth for you guys at the defensive back position. Just wondering how you would assess his play so far over the course of spring ball through these 12 practices.
Yeah, I think Dixon's a playmaker and really smooth transition. All three of the guys that we signed out of the portal from other places have been really nice additions defensively. Defensive tackle, defensive end, and with Dixon. So he's a mature guy. He's got good size and strength. He's a confident guy also. And a good skill set. So I'm excited that he's here, and I think he's only going to, get better and better as he learns our system. And he's a guy who's got flexibility. He's got some safety qualities. He's got corner qualities. He's playing some at the nickel spot. So he's going to play a lot of football for us.
Nate Bauer.
Hey, Brent, how are you?
What's up, man?
Not much. Hey, Ebikidi, I'm just curious what.
I can't believe you pronounced his name correctly. You rehearsed that.
I might have. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, we just call him AK.
If you asked me to do it again, I think I would probably mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what has he kind of shown you this spring, and what do you think his potential is for the season?
Again, I'll say this about those three guys that came in: great teammates, great guys, character, workers. All the things that you want. Sometimes when you step outside your program and sign a guy that's a transfer, you just wonder, why didn't it work out? Why is he leaving? And all those things. And these three guys have been great additions. And AK is very athletic, great takeoff, great rush ability. He's got a lot of qualities. He's not as long as some of the guys we've had, but he's got a lot of those same qualities. He's got good athleticism. He can bend. He's got some, things that remind me of Shaka a little bit. Some things that remind me, of some guys we've had. So he's just a mature guy that is a good student of the game and has a good skill set as well. So he's going to play a lot of football also.
Go back to Tyler.
A couple of guys we got this week on Nick Tarburton and PJ Mustafer. Can you kind of assess where they're at? And the added week for PJ, do you think that's going to make an impact for him in this defensive line?
Yeah, PJ Mustafer is one of the most driven guys on our football team right now. Tremendous worker. He has tons of experience. He's got strength and power. And he understands his position. He's mastering his craft. And he's a tremendous leader for us. So I'm excited about him. I think the weight's been good. Sometimes you worry, but he seems to carry it very well. He's not going to get knocked around in there, I promise you that. And he's got nice athleticism. I think there'll be an upgrade there. And then Nick Tarburton is one of my favorite stories. A guy that has really battled some injuries and, just has stayed tough and stayed physical and committed and determined. And he's one of the tougher guys on our football team. And to see him having the success in the spring that he's had, makes a lot of us, smile. He's just a great guy, super tough, mature, great hand placement, details. Not the most talented end at the position, but can be as productive as anybody. He's just a good student of the game, great details, and very tough. So great story. Really happy for him right now and the success he's having. He's going to play a lot of football for us.
Go to John Petishnock next.
Hey, good afternoon, Brent. Appreciate the time today.
Yes, sir.
Hey, James talked about how much it meant to him to have fans back in the stadium, the band, and have a little bit of the normal, atmosphere. Emotionally, maybe even mentally, what did it mean to you? And could you get a sense of what it meant to the players to have, fans in the stadium and have a little bit of that atmosphere back today?
Yeah, to backpedal a little bit, last fall, I don't know, show my age here, but there was a lot of times you run out of that tunnel and it was like an Alfred Hitchcock show, a Twilight Zone. It was just weird coming out of that tunnel and nobody in those seats. And, just the energy today that number of fans provided was outstanding. Our guys feed on that stuff. That's a big reason a lot of our guys come to Penn State is the environment they get to play in. So, just great. I'm so appreciative of everybody coming out and supporting these guys. And, it's just outstanding to get a little taste of what hopefully we'll get back to in the fall. And the guys, it meant a lot. I think it was, for the guys that were out there last fall, that was a tough situation, being in a 107,000 seat stadium with nobody in it. So it was nice today.
Back to Donnie Collins.
Brent, how excited are you guys to get a third year with Brisker, and how much does his experience now in the system kind of give you guys a chance to take advantage of some of his versatility?
Yeah, he's a vet now. He understands our package, to be honest. Brisker's a guy that could play corner, could play field safety, boundary safety, and nickel. And if we had another year after this one, we'd play him some at will linebacker too. He can do it all. He's got a great skill set. He's got corner, feet, and hips, and speed. But he got a safety body, and he's physical, and can mix it up in the run game as well as be one of our best cover players. So I'm super excited that he returned. He is a tremendous worker. He didn't come back. Him and Castro Fields, they didn't come back to kind of sit on the sideline and just wait for the fall. They have worked their tails off and are holding people accountable. And they came back not just for themselves, but for this team and to win a championship. So excited about both them guys.
Nate Bauer.
Brent, I know the rules have changed a little bit over the years where you're not just finishing spring practice and then see him again in August. But I'm curious if you could set a few goals for the summer months for this group, what would they be?
Yeah, I think we got to continue to build our identity as a defense. And part of that right now is accountability. We weren't very accountable last fall. Guys too often, not playing in the framework of the defense. And that's on me and that's on the guys. And we're all taking ownership, and we're committed to being more accountable with everything right now. Not just on that field, but the details off the field and in the classroom and, doing the things that are asked of us. So I think we're making big strides there, but all summer long, that's going to be a point of emphasis. And again, we have the best strength and conditioning program in the country. And what those guys do in the summertime as far as speed enhancement, explosiveness, and putting the right kind of strength on, that needs to happen. We got some guys that need to gain some pounds. We got some guys that need to get stronger. And we got a couple guys that we hope to, get a little bit quicker. So that's the type of things we'll be looking for. I think Coach mentioned, in the summertime, you get a lot of scale work. Those guys go out there on their own and do a bunch of stuff, and they know what coverages we'll need to work on, and the challenges and the weaknesses to some of them, and make sure that we spend some time in those areas.
Time for a couple more here. We'll go T. Frank, and then we'll wrap it up with Tyler.
Hey, Brent, good to see you again. How you doing?
Good, man. You too, Frank.
How important is PJ Mustafer in his progression this offseason? Because, as far as what we talked about him earlier this week when we talked to him, the weight seems to have gone on, and he seems to be playing, at a position that he feels confident and comfortable in. How have you seen him this offseason, and how important is he to the defense going forward?
Yeah, you're only as strong as your strength in the middle. And I feel really confident with PJ, man in the middle of our defense. He's the front line, man, and he runs the show up there, and he's got great respect from his teammates and his coaching staff. He's always been a tremendous worker. He's always had a lot of maturity, great family, and to me, he is setting himself up for a very nice year. He's strong. He's got some athleticism. He's got some rush ability. And he's going to be relentless at 325 pounds. So, he's a very important piece to what we're trying to do right now.
Back to you, Tyler.
Thanks. I would like to see the competition at safety, and if I call it a competition, obviously at the Mike linebacker position, can you kind of assess where things are? You've got some veterans, you've got some young players who are trying to make it.
Yeah. I think right now at safety, between John Sutherland and Jair Brown, and you got Brisker back there, you got Tyler Rudolph, who I'm very excited about. He's got a great skill set. Another guy with some corner qualities, but a safety body. So I feel really good about, what we're doing back there and the guys that we have. You always look to hope that you got a nice two deep. You want to have guys that you feel like if you put them out there, you can win with. And I think we got a chance to have 4 safeties we can win with, which is exciting to me. There's been times we've only had 3, and to be honest, there's been a time when we only had 2. So we feel that way that we got a chance to have some solid depth at that spot, and the same thing at linebacker. One of the things I've always done is train those guys at multiple spots, and you got a guy like Brandon Smith has played Sam and Will. Curtis Jacobs has played Sam and Will and has dabbled at Mike. Jesse Lucchetta is a Will and a Mike. Charlie Catcher has played all 3. He's like B. Bell. He's played Sam, he's played Mike, and he's played Will, and he's going to continue to do that. So I feel good about the depth at linebacker and the competition there. So we're excited. We got a couple packages that you wouldn't have seen out there today that we're messing with to get our best personnel on the field in the right places.